As the federal government of Nigeria continues to weigh the pros and cons of releasing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, it has been urged to properly ensure that the separatist leader does not become uncontrollable if he breathes the air of freedom. Now, wow. Welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Experts dissect the folly wisdom of trying to release Nnamdi Kanu. So Nigerians, what are they trying to say? Let's quickly hit the news and get the full details. But before then, guys, if you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. As the federal government continues to weigh the pros and cons of releasing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, it has been urged to properly ensure that the separatist leader does not become uncontrollable if he breathes the air of freedom. Kanu, a Nigerian British political activist, famous for advocating for the secession and independence of Biafra from Nigeria, has been incarcerated since June 2021 when he was arrested in Kenya. I should better use kidnapped in Kenya and later weeks off from there to Nigeria to face the law for his alleged crimes. Before he was arrested in 2021 by the then administration of Muhammadu Buhari, however, Kanu had given the administration of the former president Goodluck Jonathan countless sleepless nights. Kanu formed IPOB in 2012 during the heyday of the Jonathan government, and the movement has since then refused to be squashed by successive governments. Even though it was designated as a terrorist organization in 2027 by immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari's government. Then again, as far back as from 2009, Kano had used his Biafra uh, radio, a United Kingdom registered radio station, which hails from London, for Biafra propaganda and to also discredit the Nigerian state, the writer said. So, by the time Jonathan's successor, Buhari, took office in 2015, Kanu was already on the most wanted persons list, and the then government left no stone untouched, okay, as it orchestrated a plan to arrest him. Kanu breezed into Lagos, Nigeria on October 14, 2015 and was arrested in his hotel room for offenses bordering on sedition, ethnic incitement, and treasonable felony. And perhaps out of the sheer relief that he had finally been knocked, some Nigerians had at the time praised Buhari for being a nonsense leader who would not tolerate Kanu's excesses. However, after an almost endless legal back front between Kanu and Nigerian secret police, the Department of State Service, who preferred that Kanu was incarcerated in their cells. The IPOB leader was in 2017 released from prison on bail for health reasons. But because the court did not issue a gag order or prevent him from challenging the status quo, Kanu quickly relaunched his activism after he moved to the southeast, and then there he became a larger-than-life personality who would even have some of his kinsmen bow to him. Kanu also renewed his agitation for Biafran independence, and in September 2017, because of his overbearing influence in the southeast, the government promptly selected soldiers to raid his family home in Abia State. Really? The soldiers were resisted by Kanu's supporters, and by the time the sound of gunfire subdued, more than 2 dozen of IPOB members lost their lives in the skirmish. Kanu escaped to the United Kingdom, ostensibly to save his own life, and the court revoked his bail and then issued a bench warrant for his arrest. After the court proceedings continued without him, Kanu was not deterred. And right there overseas, he became more vocal against the government. He even accused Buhari of shading armed Fulani herdsmen who were not only allowing their cattle to temper on over farmers' crops, but also killing farmers and burning down whole communities. In December 2020, Kano established the Eastern Security Network as an antidote to the poisonous activities of the herdsmen. But the members of the ESN were soon accused by ordinary Southeasterners of abusing their so-called powers. Thus, not too long after the ESN found itself exchanging fire with the Nigerian army, obviously allowing an unconstitutional society outfit such as the ESN to run amok on the streets and in the forest was something the military did not take lightly. Finally, in June 2021, while he was in Kenya, Kanu would once again be arrested and brought to Nigeria. He has not been left go since then. After President Bola Tinubu was sworn in May last year, there was hope that the former Lagos State governor would release Kanu. Many influential Southeasterners and even the governors from the region, including Nigerians from other regions, have also continued to plead with the president to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, but the request has not yet been granted. And so far, some groups like the Ariwa Youth Consultative Forum have constantly reminded the president that releasing Kanu would be dangerous for Nigeria. In May this year, Kanu was denied bail by the court because he jumped bail in 2027, according to Nigerian courts. Despite this setback, there has been mounting pressure on Tinubu's government to release him. A senior lawyer, Fred, who was asked whether it would be a good idea if the federal government released Nnamdi Kanu, said that issues is an is as sensitive as it is dicey, to the extent that even the federal government is confused on exactly what is happening. If the federal government is really sincere, genuine, and concerned about total reconciliation, there shouldn't be anything that stops from releasing Kanu so that we can go back to the negotiation table. Remember that Sunday Igboho is back in the country as a free man. The way Kanu is agitating is the way he's agitating. And Kanu's agitation did not even start with Buhari, but it came to its height during Buhari's regime. And now that Buhari is out of office and some people are enjoying the air of freedom, Kanu too should be freed and let the common saying what is good for the girls should be considered good for the gender. People like Sowari, the charges against him has been quashed. He has been discharged even though he has not been acquitted of the charges against him for declaring that there should be revolution. All those were during Buhari's regime. So, to me, at least they should text it, releasing Kanu. But I guess that they are afraid of what the outcome